Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kathy and my channel is Crafty Cat Stitcher. It's a Flosstube channel about cross stitch mainly. Occasionally you'll see some other things on here, but I would say that most of it is cross stitch, and today most of it will be cross stitch. So hope you enjoy it. Welcome to my new subscribers. Welcome back to everyone else who has been with me for a while. I just celebrated my third Flosstube anniversary. And so that's amazing, 3 years. And this is video number 50. 50. So it's big. Last night when I was kind of thinking about what I wanted to say today, I just said, this is my 50th video. And my husband just said, what? Like, he knows I do videos, but I don't think he realized how many I have done in 3 years. So, and I know there's a lot of people who have done a lot more than that in 3 years, but this is pretty good for me. So today is July 12th, 2020. It's a sunny Sunday, sunny and hot in Georgia. And I don't complain about heat because I live in Georgia and I would rather have heat than be freezing. So, yeah. So life updates, really nothing. It's pretty much been the same thing that we've been doing for a couple months. So just trying to hang in there and get stitching in and go about my business and do what I need to do. So excuse me, that's about it. I did tell you about my son and his house. I want to thank everybody for their comments, and I know it was a shocking thing to hear that. And if you didn't watch my last video, my son and his wife, my lovely daughter-in-law, who I love very much, bought a house online and they hadn't seen it. So everything is working out really well. So I know they were lucky, and I don't think I could do it, but I don't know. Maybe it's a sign of the times and a sign of, the different generations, the way they do things. I think that my mom and dad would probably think I was nutty for doing some of the things I do, right? I mean, but things change and times change. So I'm going to straighten my phone. I record on a phone. So let's see. Oh, Moxie, my cat, is in a super meowy mood today. She's been meowing since we got up this morning. So I think she's taking a break. Maybe she's taking a nap, which would be great because she's very loud. There's nothing wrong with her. She's in perfect health for an 18-year-old cat. She turned 18 last month. So, it's just one of those things. It's just her personality and I think aging, and maybe, I don't know if there's any confusion involved. She seems like she hears pretty well and sees pretty well. So, but she is meowing today. And that's one of her little quirks that we just have to live with. And we do. I mean, we took her on 18 years ago when she was tiny, a little kitten. And, when you dedicate yourself to taking care of a cat, it's a commitment, and you live with all the little crazy things they do. So, and I hear, and when your dog is barking in the background, it doesn't bother me at all. So, you don't, but I know that that's not everybody, and she's going to be talking today. So, I have been working on my rotation for my whips, and I've been doing pretty well. And so I'm just going to keep going with it. It's just working out really well, and I'm seeing some things getting almost done, which makes me very happy. So, it's like, you're at that little place where, you're going to see a little bit of a finish. So, the first one I worked on was out of this book, Blackbird Designs, Sweet Land of Liberty, and it's a salute to Abigail, and that's what she looks like when she's going to be done. And I did not take it out of the roller frame because I just don't really want to, but I will show you the parts I worked on. I did work on some of this border, so there's some more border I did down there, and I started working up here. I am an all-over stitcher. I don't have a plan when I start stitching. I usually start in the middle. This one I did start in the middle, yes. And sometimes I start where a lot of people do in the upper left-hand corner. But, you know, there's, like I said, there's no rules. I always say that, no rules. And I'm kind of an all-over stitcher, which means I have to be extra careful about skipping things and missing things, missing out on, maybe a little motif or something. So, but I'm watching, I'm being careful, and I think it's coming out so good. So, like I said, I did some of the lower border. I had a little bit of a fix to do on some initials down there, but I really I did this little motif, and I'm doing the flags. So that's where I've gotten to on Salute to Abigail. That's being done on, I think it's 30 count R&R linen, and I'm pretty sure it's mink. The color is mink. So another one that, I'm really close to finish, Bluebird Garden by Artful Offerings. He's so cute. He's adorable. I'm almost done. So the next time I pick this up, I think I'm going to have a finish. So I'm going to take it out of the roll frame. I took the sidebars off, but I'm just going to take it off. I'll leave this on. I'll leave this part. So there he is. I'm just assuming he's a boy. I keep saying he. I'm done with all this. Bird is done. Look at him. Isn't he pretty? I still have my center marker in, which is just some sewing thread. Because this pattern was so similar, I thought I would get lost at some point and lose my place. And so I put that in, and that helped me tremendously. If you can see, it's just a couple of little sewing threads that I have sticking out. So that marked the exact center. So all I have to do is add a little bit more on the pedestal and have a border. And that will be done. I think he's so cute. I am so glad I did this project. I'm doing this on 32 count. Yeah, I think it's Joblin. I don't know if it's the summer khaki color or what. I don't know. But it is definitely 32 count. So there he is. I like him so much. I'm going to put this away carefully so that I don't. I didn't want to stick myself with the little nails in the roller frame. I also worked on Clementine by Plum Street Samplers. Isn't she cute? You know what I decided to do? I know that I started this last month along with a lot of other, in May, with a lot of other smalls. But I decided to sprinkle the smalls in so that I feel like I'm getting something done. And that is where she is. She's so cute. Look at her. I love her stripes. I used to have a orange striped cat, but he was a boy. But Clementine reminds me of him. He looks, wait till the next time you see her. She'll be adorable. I'm doing this one on 32 count Joblin in, I think this was an undetermined color. I think I just had this in my stash. I have quite a few fabrics in my stash. I don't know what the colors are, but if they work with the chart, and this one did. This one worked really well. I'm going to use it. That's what I'm doing. I'm using my stuff. I gotta use my stuff. I could I could buy all kinds of things, but it's like I have enough where I can work on things. Right now I don't really need to be starting anything new. Okay, so my next one was Tulips Praise. It's by Grace Wood Stitches, but it was designed by Kathy Bungard. So I have this whole section done. And I'm working on this and a little bit of this row. And you can't, this is a printed copy. But this little thing takes so long. I don't know why. So basically I have all this left, the rest of this row, and then the top row, and then the border, and then I'll be done. And I know that seems like a lot, but I've really come a long way on this. I'm doing this on a 20, I believe it's 20 count. No, this might be 18 count Jobelan. Like it's like an 18 count even weave. It's not Ada. I'll put it kind of close so you can see what it looks like. See? And I'm going to pull it back. There it is. It's getting there. It makes me really happy to have this at this point. See what I mean? This little, for some reason, the way that's charted, it's really cute. And it, the effect is really nice, but it's it takes a long time. Like you could sit there and stitch for a half hour and say, well, I didn't really get that much done on that. So, but it's getting there. I am stitching this in all the DMC colors that it called for. And the color of the Jobelan, I believe, is like antique white. So, I also worked a little bit on Easter Parade. Yeah, I know it's Jolly July or Christmas in July or whatever you want to call it, but here's the rebel in me. I'm stitching Easter. I'm not doing it. I will, if something Christmassy comes up in my rotation, I'll stitch on it. I wanted to stitch this bunny, so that's what I'm working on. Easter Parade Blackbird Designs. And this is, it's, okay, let me show you first what I've got done. There he is. Isn't he cute? He is really pretty. I did a lot of work. I got these flowers done and all these little buds or whatever they are. That was a lot. And so I think most of these are the called for colors. I did a substitution, I think, on this dark brown. It called for, I don't know what, let me see what it called for. I'll put this down here so I don't show you. It called for Week Styleworks Cocoa, and at the time I thought, well, I don't have that, and I looked through my stuff. And I started using another color, and it works out beautifully. And then I realized I do have some of the cocoa, but I'm not changing it now. This I am stitching on 28 count Jubilee fabric by Sugar Maple Fabrics, and the color is Northern Skies. And it just screams Easter at me because it's got yellows and purples and pinks and blues. It's very springy. So, and here's the funny things. Have you ever stitched on a small count, like 32 or 36 or whatever, and then you go back to 28? It feels like the X's are huge. It's so funny. It's like, ooh. But then, I think it's really super appropriate for this adorable little chart. This was my unicorn chart for ages, and then they re-released it. I think they knew I wanted it, so yeah. So those are my whips. I do have a finish, and I will show you that in a minute. I feel like I worked on something else though, but maybe I didn't since I saw you. No, I think that's pretty much, that was the plan, including what I'm going to show you. Okay. I watched some new Flosstubers. One of them is new. Her name is The Stitching Brit. Her name is Angela. And she's just super friendly and stitches everything that people stitch. I'm fascinated by. There are stitchers who do, Flosstubers who show these heids and full coverage, and just fascinates me, even though I don't do that. And I'm just interested any kind of stitching. So Angela stitches all kinds of things. She's got a really cool one going. You've got to go see it, and you'll know which one I'm talking about right away when you see it. And so she's the Stitching Brit. She has one video out right now as of today. And the second floss tour is a new to me Flosstuber. She's been around a while, and she just popped up in my feed, and I said, why haven't I been watching Denise at Black Ribbon Studio? She's so delightful. When she talks to you, it's almost like you're talking to a friend. You know, you're talking about stitching. She's sitting across the table, and you're both stitching together, and that's how it feels. And she's going to start Long Dog Sampler's Pandemic, and she's got an awesome color combination going on, so you have to see it. And so, again, her Flosstube channel is Black Ribbon Studio, and her name is Denise. And she also has crochet videos out, so go check her out too. So, you know, like I said, she's been around, and, you know, I think there's so many Flosstubers now, and so when you find one and you say, well, I've never watched that person, it's just kind of neat to see, you know, find some more, and that's all I need are more Flosstubers to watch, because there are a lot of good ones, and ones that I enjoy so much, so, but I'm glad to include her and Angela from Stitching Brit into my subscriptions, so go take a look. A couple months ago, my friend Nicole, who is a Flosstuber, and her channel is Stitching Happens. She also has a I think it's called Stitching Happens. I think it is. On Facebook, she has a group, and she said, hey, why don't we do a Christmas in July exchange? Just do a Christmas ornament, and send it. I'll match up names, and so the funny thing, I got her name and she got mine, so it's just the way it worked out. But I'll show you what she sent to me. She shows what I sent to her on her video. I think maybe her latest video. So go take a look, and then here's what she sent to me. And I have always loved these little things, and I've never done one, and I've never received one. So these little sleds are so cute, and I have always liked them. And she made me this little Christmas one, and on the back she put a little note on it. It says "Made for You" by, and it has her name. So there it is. Isn't that pretty? So like her, I think I'm just going to keep it out in my craft room, because she said she's going to do that, and I think I'll do the same. She also sent some Christmassy scissors. Who doesn't love scissors? And these are really cute. Little Christmas motif, little poinsettias on there. A bag of floss in mostly Christmas colors, and one spool of sulky, which I have never tried. So thank you to Nicole for doing that. Maybe it's something I would not have bought or tried, but I like it. I like this. I love it that she sent me some floss. And she also stuck in there something so sweet and cute that look what she made for me. You know, when somebody makes something for you, it's just the most special thing. So, yay, look, isn't that cute? And she has it backed in this nice plaid. So, that's going to be in my craft room also. So, thank you to Nicole. And it was just sort of a nice thing to do. It was kind of brightened up the time. I mean, it was just an appropriate time to do it, because, I mean, it's just something to look forward to that maybe you wouldn't normally do. So, might as well show you. I also got something from a stitching friend of mine, Thea. Look at this little heart she made out of felt. Look. Hand stitched. Look at it. Is that not the cutest little thing? And all the work she put into it, and the hand stitching, and I think it's adorable. So there it is. I'm going to keep this out in my craft room also. So it's just a little, and it's puffy, it's stuffed. She stuffed it. So adorable. It's just so much fun to get a little gift that somebody made for you, right? Let me show you some. I have rewind today, but it's not cross stitch. So, but it's related. I just want to show you something, and I might have shown this a long time ago, but if I did, it's been a while, so you might not have seen it. My mom, I think, was so smart because when you're a kid and you have summers off, you find things to do, but there's sometimes when you just are bored as a kid. It's like you get bored. So she's taught me how to embroider, and she showed me. She used to do stamped pillowcases. So what you do is I remember seeing these things at the store. They looked like the pattern packages, and they would have these kind of maybe like tissue-y paper things in it with print on it, and it would be cross stitch or embroidery, and you would iron it on, and there would be like a blue, that pattern would be in blue, so you have to be really careful the way you ironed it, because if it was crooked, that's all. Eventually it washes out, but before you wash it out, you do your embroidery. So I have a little pillowcase that I did. And she was smart because she's here. I'm going to show you how to embroider. And this must have kept me busy for hours. So, I could tell it was in the late 60s because I chose every single bright color that I could find. Bright orange, bright pink, and some blue. And if I did those French knots, if I was the one that did it, I gotta say, I did pretty good French knots. Now, my mom might have done them. I don't know. But she showed me how. I remember her showing me how to do French knots. So maybe I learned at that point. I don't know. But, that does not look like a 10, 11, 9, 10, 11-year-old did it. I don't think. I think that's about what I was. Probably about 10 years old when I did this. And here's the amazing thing. I still have it. I don't use it. I just have it. So there it is. That's my rewind. Rewind to the 60s, kids. A lot of you weren't even born then. But there it is. So, and I think, kind of the cross stitch stemmed from this because she did teach me, how to use DMC floss. And she taught me basics, and I figured out where I could get the floss. It was we had this place. It was a 5 and 10, and we just called it the dime store, and that's what everybody called it. And we'd go in there, and all the good stuff was on the top floor. When you're a kid, it's like the candy, the toys, the school supplies, stuff like that. Popcorn. They used to pop popcorn in there. But there was stuff downstairs. It was all crafts. And I discovered that later on, and they had all the DMC down there. And so I think that's where it all started. So this is related to cross stitch, even though it is not. But I'll show you one more time, close up. Don't be blinded by the brights. It's bright. So anyway, interesting rewind today, right? I'm still doing really well, not buying a lot. This is just not a good time to do it for me. But every once in a while I'll see something that I like, and I'll do a little splurge. And this month I got Gathering Berries by Luminous Fiber Arts, Misty Purcell. This is not a good picture. My printer printed this really weird. It's really, in person, very pretty. what made this also, something I really wanted to get was this is for charity. It's all the proceeds are going to go to her nephew who's ill. So that is what I bought this month. I'm very happy. So and also it's a nice little small. I don't know what the stitch count is, but I'll find out for you. It is, I don't know, 76 by 76. Another one to add in. Like I said, I'm kind of adding those little ones in to kind of relieve myself, because I know a lot of the things I'm stitching on are big. Salute to Abigail to me is a big chart, and also is the tulips. So if you can put a little one in there once in a while, it kind of helps to see some progress and get something done. Which brings me to my FFO. So I took one of my little starts, my little tiny starts, Fragments in Time 2018, and it's Summer House Stitch Works. And that's the one that I said the colors in it are, they are really pretty. And when you pull the floss, it's like, oh, how's that going to all work? But it does. I got it done, and I made it into a little pillow pincushion. So there it is, finished. There's the stitching. There's the back. On the back, I had this fabric, and it's really cool because it has some of the gray in it from here, and has the burgundy, and it goes really well. And I had some burgundy color chenille trim, which I sewed on. So, and it kind of made like a little bit of a little tiny bit of a loopy trim, kind of not flat. So I stuffed it with, or I filled it with crushed walnut shells, which I have decided is my favorite thing to put in. I do a lot of things with fiber fill, but this, I don't know, it's just like it's a neat heft to it, and it is kind of weighty, and it's not going anywhere. It's just nice, and especially if you're going to use it for a pincushion. So it's filled with crushed walnut shells, which I bought a long time ago in the biggest size, and that's all they had. And I thought, what am I going to do with these? But I keep it in this Tupperware container, and when I need it, I just spoon it out. There it is. And you know what? I'll use it. I'm going to use it because it's a really good fill for this. This is a gift for somebody, and now I'm glad that I showed it to you, because now I can give it to the person it's going to. So, I stitched that on 32 count, and it is probably Jobelan again. I don't know what color Jobelan. And I believe I did mostly the called for colors, except I did substitute a couple because I did not have the overdyes. So there it is. So that's that. So let me make sure I have talked about everything I wanted to talk about. There's one more thing. I'm working on something, and I will announce it in a separate video. Just stay tuned. It's something that you might be interested in. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's just something I'm going to try and see how I do with it. So that's really all I'm going to tell you right now. So I'll let you know for sure. I think a couple people know what I'm talking about, but that's about it. And I'm about to leave, and I'm really happy that Moxie decided to take a nap. I think all the meowing must have worn her out. So you didn't get to hear her that much, just a little bit at the beginning. So, okay, that is it. So I hope that you are doing well and that you get a lot of stitching in. Work on that stitching. Hope you're having good weather and enjoying the summer as much as you can. And just be well and be kind to each other. And I will see you probably soon. Okay, bye.